All right, guys, welcome back to another deep dive with Jeffrey John. I am Jeffrey John. I'll be your host this evening. Alongside me, commentating on this video, is gonna be the Mean Bean Green Bean Machine
I am Bean.
and the bowling ball, Kenneth Michaels.
I am the best of everyone here.
All right, and to start the video, we want to ask Bean a joke. Bean, what do you call a truck that doesn't deliver anything?
What?
What do
Okay.
you call a
I I
truck that
I
doesn't
know.
deliver anything?
I'm
An
not
empty truck.
not a That's so dumb.
All right. So in this video, the reason Kenneth
uh,
Michaels and Bean are here with us today. Am I streaming for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, was that a yes or no?
No, it's no longer
no.
streaming.
Okay, then let me restart this, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. The reason I'm
Well,
here with you guys today, though, is I'm going to be sharing you guys a your game planning options within the SBF. So anything that you can do while game planning. If you're a GM, if you're a team captain in the NCAA, I just want to share with you guys what your options are. And this is next year's calendar, by the way. Getting a sneak peek at the River Otters and their schedule. All right, so to start it out, you guys have got your basic game plans. When I click right here on all teams, I can set your. Also, please excuse the slight issues. Whatever, like the fine details are not finished with this file yet. We're still finalizing everything. The players are finally here. Most of the work is done, but there's still some finalization to do. But right here's your basic set your lineup. Okay, you guys know how to do that, right?
no.
Bean, you don't know how to set your lineup?
I do.
That explains the downfall of the tornadoes.
So this is
Maybe.
this is where you set your lineup. Basic minutes. I shouldn't have to spend too much time in that one. Okay. If he leaves and comes back again, block him for a minute until the video's done. I don't want to hear
Okay.
pings the entire video. This is the next step of what you can do. Most people know about this one. This is where you can set your playbook, and then you can set these sliders here. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because most people know about it.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
That's
let
a
me
real
spend some
thing.
time here then because Bean doesn't know. So you got different sliders like help defense. If I raise this up, you're going to do more help defense. Like your guys are going to sag off ball, they're going to lean towards the other player. You know what I mean? Like if I'm guarding Bean over in the corner, I'm going to hedge to the middle to also help with the guys that are dribbling the basketball. You know, if you have very low help defense, your guys are going to stick to who they're guarding like glue, and they're not going to help anybody else around them. Wang Feng, I'll use an example on your team, Bean. Wang Feng, if you've got zero help defense, when the point guard drives to the basket, Wang's not going to come over and try to help block the shot. Wang's going to stay on his center and lock him down. Who cares that the point guard's at the rim? Run plays. If you have this low, you're going to be free balling your offense, just kind of passing it around, waiting for an open shot. You have it up higher, then you're going to be running the plays used in this playbook that you set. So whatever playbook that you set, you got these type of options here. I'm not going to list through all of them. You can look it up on Google if you want to know exactly what playbooks are available. But
On the
these
internet.
playbooks all have different plays, as you can see right here. The playbook that I'm using right now has ISO, one angle. On the right side of the screen, you can see exactly what type of plays you have and how many. There are 45 total plays in this playbook. So, I mean, if you want to go crazy and edit your playbook, here's an option. Me, I'm pretty fresh with editing the playbook as well. So, but I'm more than willing to set anything that you send to me. So that's that slider. Zone usage, you know what zone defense is, right, Bean?
Yes.
Okay. Bench depth, just how many bench players will the AI play in a game? If you have it set to 13, it's going to go 13 people deep for you. So even if you don't necessarily have minutes to the 13th person, it's going to try to put the 13th person in the game.
Oh,
So depending on how many players you're using, you should probably set this so that the AI doesn't want to put more players in. Can somebody block him?
I'm working on it.
Thank you. Next one, bench utilization. How much time will a bench get in a game? That's pretty straightforward. Lineup
right.
performance factor. This is one that you'll want to know, Bean. This is kind of an important one. So,
I didn't know this is the thing.
yep, lineup performance factor. The higher it is, means your minutes that you set in your game plan might not matter. If Carter sets you with 25 minutes with the Hornets, right?
Yeah.
And you come in and you ball out and you get hot and you're having a great game, your performance is going to automatically give you more than 25 minutes.
Oh, so
So, yeah,
basically, it just gives the hot hand
yeah,
more
yeah. If you
minutes.
get a hot hand randomly, you'll be into the game longer. The downfall to it, though, is as you know, shooters sometimes need to shoot to get hot. So, like a Russ Hopkins, I don't care if he's 0 for 20. I still want him getting 35 minutes because at some point he's going to heat up. So, if you
Yeah.
have this really high and Russ Hopkins sucks and the backup Stuart Cotton is playing decent, Hopkins is going to get less minutes that game. So, if you need Hopkins for defensive purposes or other reasons, facilitating purposes, having lineup performance factor all the way up is kind of risky. Having it all the way down would mean your game plan, your minutes get like kept no matter what.
Oh,
These young and old and system proficiency don't matter to us a whole lot. That's more or less for AIs. Which type of players do you favor, young or old? So if you
oh,
prefer the young players, your coach will automatically default set young players to play more minutes. And then system proficiency, how much your coach prefers when you do an auto lineup, like hit Y and auto build.
mhm,
Your coach will prefer to put players that fit his system in the starting lineup.
oh.
What of this? You know sim points of emphasis? This is huge in sim leagues.
What do I?
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna base this all off of you because so far you seem to not know anything. So if you don't know something, that might mean other people don't know something. So I'll go through everything that you don't know. Do you know what
Fair
sim
enough.
points of emphasis is?
uh, I know how to do my first scoring option, second, and third.
Okay.
After that, I have not and a
All right.
well, I like. Aren't
So
those tendencies or something?
let me go through the scoring options quickly because you know about it. I'm going to assume others do. Very simple. Who do you want to be your number one scorer, number two scorer, number three scorer? Simple. Then we'll move on. Offensive focus. You've got literally, this is just like, what do you want your offensive focus to be? Your options would be play through star, no preference, meaning you kind of go with the flow, whatever's hot at the moment, get to the basket, get shooters open. They're all straightforward. Like it just tells you what it is. Get shooters open. Your guys are going to be running off screens. Your guys are going to be sprinting around trying to get open jump shots. Feed the post. Your point guard, your ball handlers are going to try to drop it down into the post more often. Pick and roll. You're going to run a lot of pick and roll. Neutral. You're going to be neutral on your offensive approach. So if you have a specific offensive approach that you want, for example, the Assassins, Levi McNeil and a bunch of nobodies. Jay Blinko's an assist monster, but not really a scorer. Like Levi McNeil is the guy. Play through star is the best option. The Bobcats with Kyrie Allen. Play through star is a good option if you want Kyrie Allen to put up every single shot in the world. Your tempo is, do you want to shoot at will, which basically means you get down on offense and you try to shoot as fast as possible. Like you try to get a shot off. It doesn't necessarily mean, when I'm saying shoot at will, think Talons basketball from 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, if any player has the ball or is open, they're going to either call for the ball relentlessly and try to get that shot off, or as soon as they see that space, take that shot. That's kind of the idea of shoot at will.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be doing fadeaway half-court threes.
It
It
just
just
might not be the smartest shots.
Yeah, it just means if they think that they have even an ounce of opening, they're going to take it. No preference means you go with what you got. Patient means they will wait until they get a wide open shot or a wide open layup. I mean, obviously, if the shot clock winds down, they'll still put it up. But the patient offense, you're going to see them use most of the shot clock every possession. Average, think about it like this. With shoot at will, you could be 2 inches in front of me and I'm still going to shoot the ball. Average tempo, you might have to be 2 feet. Patient offense, I might wait for you to be 3 feet back before I shoot the ball. So basically, how
Okay.
open are you before your team's going to start shooting? Offensive rebounding. These are simple, straightforward as well. Do you know what crash means with offensive rebounding being?
Yeah.
Okay. So crash, everybody runs to try to get the board. So offensive rebounding, do you want some people to crash and then others to get back on defense? Do you want to limit the transition, which would mean everybody gets back on defense and prepare for the fast break? No preference, go with the flow, whatever your players. A lot of these no preferences, imagine you have a team of really high IQ players, like LeBron James. I don't want to give you I mean, I know that's going to be a hot topic because some people hate LeBron James, but if I have LeBron James, I trust his IQ. I'm not going to tell him what to do. I'm going to say, go with what you see on the floor. So if you've got a high IQ team that you trust, a lot of these no preferences, it's not lazy, it's actually strategic. You trust his on the court instincts to take over. And then crash offensive glass means they all are going to run for the board. The downfall to crash offensive glass is all five of your
No.
guys are going to go for the rebound. If you don't get it and the defense does, they're going to have a really clean outlet pass and an easy layup on the other end. But the plus side is you get a lot more rebounds. Defensive focus, you want to stop the perimeter. No preference. Protect the paint. Neutral. Those are all straightforward. Not going to spend too much time because it's real easy. Defensive aggression. Neutral. Physical. No preference. Or conservative. Those are also very straightforward. By aggression means how often will you go for the steal? How often will you go for the block? How often will you try to get away with a little foul here and there? Defensive rebounding is the same thing as offensive rebounding, same options, just defensively. Those are your options there and some points of emphasis. Then we're going to move on, and then there's this. This is what some players in our league are doing, but others aren't. These are individual team game plans. So if you have a matchup against the Bushido, I'm the Otters, and every time I play the Bushido, I think that this needs a separate playbook. This needs a separate lineup. This needs a separate minutes. You can do it. I could also get you your stats as you see here on the screen, the left side, your win-loss versus this team, your streak, your last 10, your points per game versus this team. So it goes so specific for you. And then you got this. I don't want to spend too much time because there's a lot of options here, but I'm going to quickly run through it. On-ball pressure. You know what that is, Bean?
Yes.
That
I
sounds
played
like
basketball.
it sounds like okay. So
Yeah, I know what I. Yeah, not
if
that
you
dumb.
guys have a copy of 2K at home, to get to this screen, you go to Coach Game Plan, and then instead of clicking all teams, choose the team you want to game plan against, and then switch over one screen. Okay, this is how you get here if you want to look at it at home. If you look at the right side of my screen, it tells you positive and negatives for each setting that you'll set. So if I want tight on ball pressure, positive, great to use against shooters. Negative, tough to contain dribble penetration. So you're going to blow by me because I'm going to be guarding you so tight. So if you're somebody with really good ball handling like Levi McNeil, you might easily blow by the defender. And then at the bottom here, it gives you a description of what on-ball pressure is. So you got on-ball pressure, off-ball pressure, force direction. Like I said, I don't want to spend time going through every one of these because Most of you guys have a copy of 2K at home. This should be the same as the last 2K or the 2K before. Maybe slight differences, but if there are, you and I can work that out later. But there's just too much information to go through here. But these are huge options. All right, like right here, hedging. Hedging's huge for defense. Do you want your guys to automatically hedge when they feel it's necessary? No hedge. Do not ever hedge. Stay on your guy. I trust my guys to lock them down. Soft hedge, hard hedge, double. There are just so many. Stay attached. This setting controls how players attach to the screener after setting an on-ball screen. Like, these type of settings are huge when you guys are watching your team play and you're like, why does my point guard switch down to my center? When he gets screened, why does he switch to the center? And then I have a mismatch every time. Well, this is why. These settings aren't changed. So you have all those. And then you have this one as well. Guarded by. Saris Knight is automatically going to match up against the other team's center. But let's say for some dumb reason, I don't want Saris Knight guarding I don't want my center guarding Saris Knight. Or okay, not a dumb reason. Where is he? Harvey Rodman. Fantastic power forward defender. A lot better than Jack Boulder. Maybe for Saris Knight, because he's going to be the Bushido's primary scoring option, I want Harvey Rodman on him. If you don't set this, then the default is going to be center versus center. Right now I'm setting it to power forward versus center. Travis House, he's a shooting guard. He's just a 3-and-D guy. Why am I going to waste Russ Hopkins' amazing defense on a 3-and-D guy who's not going to take many shots? I might put like Conley on it. So when Conley comes into the game, Conley has terrible defense. I want him guarding Travis House because I'm not worried that Travis is going to score. So there's another option for you. And then here you've got the coaching that I taught Bean earlier for this individual team. Anytime this matchup happens, this will take place over what I have set for all. Sim points of emphasis, same thing. That's it there. Another thing that you can do as a GM captain is set your system proficiency. What kind of system do you want to be using? Do you want a balanced? And right here on the right side, it gives you the definition of what a balanced does. Grit and grind gives you positives and negatives, and it even tells you, you see the little green bars under your player, how they feel that. I don't have, I mean, you might have to be patient with me because of my work schedule, but if you want me to send you this information, I can send you a video of your team. And I'll just send you a quick clip showing you how they all look in all these different proficiencies. What does that green bar look like for each player? And then you can tell me which one you think fits your team best. So those are all some options that you have as a GM that a lot of GMs aren't using yet. If you don't want to use it, don't get me wrong, you do not have to use it. You can still succeed without it. I just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page and everyone has the same opportunity. Any questions, Bino?
You guys are welcome. That's
Okay.
it.
That was a good question. Hey, Bean.
I don't have any more
Hey,
questions.
Bean.
Hey, what?
What do you call a cat that can't dance?
What?
Paul.
I've heard that joke three times, bro, and it gets me. All right, end the video.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me during this deep dive. Caddy did nothing as usual. Catch you in the next video.
I did more than you probably.